The Marga is our creator, you know, he's the one that had this language and built our ngura using the songlines which he called the Bundut. The Bundut is like the old language. On country, Marga would get one song and he would mold the language and the stories of that song. So if it might relate to a hill, a river, an animal or plant, and he would mold that into the country and leave the stories and language with that hill. So in the end, Marga said, well, I'm finished now. I built the ngura. And he brought all the language groups to a place we call Kubana. It's in the heart of Yindjibarndi country. He said, well, Yindjibarndi, you got your piece of land now, so I give you the bird of law to carry. This is your responsibility. You must make sure the information I give you, you look after it, you keep the song lines, you keep the stories, the language alive, because that's your responsibility.
So it's about that carrying on that knowledge, which connects us back to the songs, which connects us back to how everyone has a responsibility, you know, on our country to make sure that we continue with the balance and make sure that we protect the ecosystem and the environment and everything else, and people as well as family. That's what keeps the art true to the country, and the country, you know, continue to sort of pass on those teachings and those knowledges to the, you know, to the next generation.
My name's Pansy Cheeditha. On my artwork, I have my Yindjibarndi name, which is called Banji. We moved here about 59, when I was only 80 years old. And Robin's been home for me for a very long time. But this is Ngarama's traditional land. But us Yindjibarndis, we were moved in here because parents had to come in to have their kids go to school. So I lived across the river, what they call the old reserve, government reserve, where they got all the people that came in from the stations.
My name is Aileen Sandy, and I'm an Yindjibarndi elder, and I live in Roban for many years. The country is like, to me, is just when we go out bush and all that, visiting the station and all that, you see all the rocks, all the colors on the rocks. So that's what I just started to do and all that.
Wandiwa means hello in my language. I'm an Yindjibarndi elder. My name is Ellery Sandy. I always sit and reminisce and look at the country at home, and I just know there's beauty around me, and to put that beauty in the canvas it's just amazing. And you need to have patience. You need to look at the country, the colors that are out there. My important ones are the landscape. I love doing about country, and plants. I do them in a style, and it tells about the bush medicine and bush food, and I love my wildflowers as well.
My full name is Cheeditha, and I was born in Carnarvon. My parents brought us back in the 60s to live in Roban with my grandparents, and then we stayed here, and I grew up here then, and I'm still here today. We're living in somebody else's country, you know. Our country is beautiful over there. It's green, water's flowing. I paint, you know, when we go out country, and what I see out in the country, I come back and I paint it, you know. The land that we come from, you know.